Now, originally I wasn't going to cover these scans when they first dropped a couple of days ago because when they first originally launched online, they weren't in the best of quality, and it was very hard to see what was going on with these scans when they dropped. But thanks to Kyoryu Red on Twitter, we now have some high-res images of these scans for King-Ohger. So, this video is going to contain spoilers for the upcoming episodes of King-Ohger. Don't know when they're going to happen, don't know how it's going to happen, but these scans will contain spoilers, so just a heads up. But also in this video, I'm going to be giving my predictions and my theories of what I think is going to come later down the line in the show. So, first scan we've got is something that we've kind of seen in the show already, and that is the fusion between King-Ohger and Kyoryu, I believe the Kyoryu mech is called. I watched Kyoryu like a month ago. I binged through it and I really freaking loved it. Great Sentai. If you're able to watch it, go watch it. Really good series. But it looks like Prince is returning, which was something I didn't honestly think they'd bring back because I just thought they'd use the little Gabatera and then that would sort of hang around the show, but we haven't even seen that little dinosaur dude jumping around recently. But Prince is coming back, it looks like, so that should be fascinating. I'm wondering if Daigo will return soon, or Daigo will return as well, because, you know, Daigo and Uchi, it was explained that they went off in the space to stop Dregdug in the King-Ohger and Kyoryu crossover, so I do wonder if they'll return as well, but I get the feeling that Prince might be the only one making an appearance since they're the only ones on the scan right now. So, we'll see what happens, but Prince is coming back, so that should be interesting. And then again, we see the fusion mech, which is something we've seen before, which is a really cool combination. It kind of sucks that I missed out on the sort of the posable one that they released a while ago that sold out really quickly, and I'm waiting for that to come back in stock because, like I said, I watched Kyoryu, really great series, and I want to get that mech. So, next scan. This is something we'll be seeing in the next episode of King-Ohger in episode 39, and that is the Rangers sort of having their shoe god parts attach to their body and become extensions or weapons. This is something that we've seen in the opening. If you pay very close attention to it, you sort of see their shoe gods sort of come out of their body as they're all striking a pose, but it looks like in this one, they can sort of make weapons. Now, we did sort of get teasers of this way back in early King-Ohger where Gira went up against Defnarok in that episode where he made wings come out of himself. Now it looks like he can sort of make the sort of like the claws or the mouthpiece of the Kawagata as a sword, and then not only that, everyone else can use their different parts of their shoe gods as weapons, which is really cool. Except for Rita and Yama, they're using it as wings, and then Himeno's turning her arms into big mantis arms, or mantis legs. And then Jeremy, I don't know, Jeremy's making a blaster out of his spider. But I do like Dabowski's weapon where he's making a big hornet. That looks really cool. That looks really freaking cool. So we'll be seeing these power-ups in the next upcoming episode. So stay tuned for that. I am curious to see how they're going to get it. Next scan. Stuff like this we've already seen in the show. So we had this part this week where Rita went off against Moff and Mingagan, I believe their name is. And then you had Himeno against the Jester guy, not the Jester guy, the Kamijin, and then you had Dabowski against Krugi, and then you've got Yama up against Hillabill, which I get the feeling there'll be a rematch for that fight this week as well, so that should be interesting. So that stuff we've already seen. We've already seen the stuff that they've shown here in the scans, so that stuff we've already seen. Next part, okay, there's more, okay. Okay, part 2. This is the interesting part. So, we see more fights going on in this episode, where it looks like we're going to be having a Gira and Raculus rematch, where it looks like Raculus might have a bit of an armor upgrade, it looks like, as he's using the King's Crown, so it looks like his armor might have got a bit of, maybe it's a different like mold they're using, but it looks like it's slightly different, but then again, it's been a while since we've seen Raculus use it, so there's that going on with it. But yeah, it looks like we've got some more fights going on in this scene here. You've got Gira up against the ninja guy. You've got Dabowski up against Groogy. So we've got a couple of fights here. But there's been a bit of discussion with how this one is posed, because it almost looks like that Gira and Raculus are standing side by side, so it kind of looks like that they've sort of come to terms and they're going to fight together, which is one thing I honestly don't want to see when it comes to Raculus with King-Ohger. I do not want him to be redeemed. Raculus never had anything redeeming about him, and for him to get redeemed and they sort of play out this big dramatic piece that he redeems himself, it's going to piss me off. Like, Raculus, I feel like, is a character that was not meant to be redeemed. He was an arsehole from the get-go. He's had moments where he's always come off as an arsehole, and never had any moments of redemption, because everything he does for himself, because he does it for his own accord. So there's no redeeming Raculus, unless they say, oh, he was lost, or I don't know. I don't want to see him redeemed. But then on the next scan, you do have the Gira and the Raculus rematch we can see right here. And Raculus is, like I said, is donning the armor once again, and it looks like the two are going to be fighting once more. So I'm excited for that fight to go down once again. So I get the feeling that the Raculus and the Gira rematch, that might be the episodes before the big Christmas break. We'll see these episodes, or either see them leading into the new year, because King-Ohger will take a break after Christmas and after New Year, and then it will return shortly after. So there's that. But yeah, it looks like these two characters are going to be having a rematch. Now, a lot of people are predicting that Raculus is going to kill this guy here, Doug Dreg, and then Raculus is going to become the true ruler of the galaxy, you know, the one who rules over all, the one who rules over the universe. And that would make sense. Like, once all the jesters are wiped out, Raculus sort of goes in for the finishing blow, and then he declares himself as the king of the universe and becomes the final boss. That might happen. I'm hoping if they do that, they don't also set up for another Raculus redemption, because that would kill it for me as well. Because like I said, Raculus is one of those characters that does not need to be redeemed. Does not need to be redeemed, in my opinion. So I think these are all the scans. We've got some Gotchard scans. Gotchard scans. I'm not really watching Gotchard, and I'm not really watching Blazar right now. But hey, I'll probably catch up to Blazar eventually. And Gotchard I'm watching, but I'm not talking about on the channel, which people are asking me about that, which I might come out with a video talking about that probably next month maybe. But yeah, we've got some interesting fights going down. We've got some interesting power-ups happening in the show, which I'm definitely really excited to see. I am curious to see how the King-Ohgers are going to be getting these weapons, these power-ups, these sort of augments to their body. And I get the feeling that will be consuming their Shoe God maybe, or Shoe God souls maybe. But seeing how Yama's got his super, no, I don't think that's going to happen. From what I've heard, okay, ignore what I said, because people are probably pausing the video right now to comment about what I just said. So please listen, don't go anywhere, don't correct me, please, unless you need to. It helps with the algorithm. From what I know of, from the episode preview, is Yanma discovers sort of like a secret setting on the Ohger caliber that sort of taps into these powers. That's what I remember from what the previews are saying, that Yanma taps into like a special power with the Ohger calibers. So there, we've got that going on. But yeah, King-Ohger, I'm still enjoying it. It's crazy to think that this show is coming to a close within like maybe 10 to 12 episodes. I don't know what the episode count is going to be, but once we find out when Boon Boom Ohger is airing, then we'll know. But speaking of Boon Boom Ohger, we've got the logo. I might talk about that in another video, but also keep an eye on the internets, because we're probably going to be seeing the Ranger suits for the next Sentai dropping very soon. So with that said, I'm going to bring this video to a close. If you enjoyed this video, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll see you guys later. Peace out, take care, bye.